Good evening. Hi, I hope this information is helpful. This is just a little brief tutorial to kind of give you an overview as we prepare for the high school process. For those of you who were able to attend the meeting in September, which was great, I gave a lot of information and I directed you to Plus Portal, and people were saying they couldn't really find it. And I've since identified the best way to find it. You'll notice when you log into your child's file, you will have in their drop down of classes, they have a class called Senior Seminar. If you go to that class, Senior Seminar, when you log into that class and go into Senior Seminar, it will direct you to a page that has all of this information. So this is actually pulling up. And as you go into this page, you will then be able to see, as you scroll down, the links, and really the big part of where most of the information is housed is under links and files. But right now it looks like nothing is there. But then if you click under Fall 2016 Parent Meeting, Fall 2016 Parent Meeting, you'll see that's where all of that information is. So I wanted to kind of just show you and walk you through it quickly, especially because right now is the right perfect moment as the schools are beginning many of their open houses, application deadlines are beginning to approach. So all of those things that were in the overview that we gave, I wanted to send this tutorial to kind of show you and remind you that these upcoming dates and deadlines are going to be approaching. So the very first thing is the review of the the open house schedule. So that's actually about to begin, and you can go right here, and that information is actually right here. So we listed it there so you could have access to it. The biggest one that's coming up is this Sunday, October the 9th, the Black Student Fund. I encourage you to go, the Hype That Fair. So many independent schools will be there. It's at the DC Convention Center. It's a great event. I encourage you to go. In addition to that, there's also the Catholic school has a directory that is listed here. So if you go right here, I have that information included there. But also, there's also additional information as well, so that way you can now have that at your resource in terms of the Catholic school directory. It's right there in the link, and it lists in this directory all of the information about the Catholic schools and when their fairs are, who their admissions officers. There's even a great one-pager that kind of gives you a synopsis right there at your fingertip of all the upcoming fairs, and they're all taking place mostly in October and November. So I encourage you to go there, and that information is all listed right here. Now, the other thing that we also were talking about, so mark your calendar and look for those dates. And as I actually say mark your calendar, the other thing that you want to kind of take a look at is the upcoming secondary school test prep schedule. This has been emailed to you many, many times before, but you can also now have it right there at your fingertips. And so you can kind of know the test prep schedule, and it's right there in this link. All of those are listed right there at your fingertips. And then the other component that we have is what we call the test prep plan. As your child is getting ready to prepare for these tests, you'll notice that many of these tests are taking place very quickly. So this is what we recommend. We have a recommended plan, and we also give a registration deadline. So we recommend for your students who are going to be taking the science and technology test that test date exam is December the 3rd. And we need for those dates and that material to be submitted to us by October the 21st. The high school placement test, which is for the Catholic schools, December the 10th is the test exam that we recommend you take it, and the deadline would be December the 4th. And then the secondary school admissions test, we recommend you take it in January, and that deadline is the 17th. So we give you that, but in addition to that, we actually give you the links, so that way you can then go right on and register. So here you can click right here to register for the Catholic School Fair. So you go right there. You can click right on it to register. The same with the Science and Technology test. You're going to go right there, and it gets you right connected with it and how to register. The one thing I encourage, you'll see here that it says that you need to have this information submitted by November the 4th is the last day to apply. The reason why I say the 21st is because we have to send the transcripts out, and Read Temple likes to personally hand deliver those transcripts, and I don't like to do it the day it's due. I prefer to do it in a week in advance. That way, if there's any problems or concerns, we have time to make sure that we're not trying to beat the clock. And so all of the links that you need for registration are right here. And then last but not least is the SSAT. And so you have that material that's on there. One other component, actually, and I meant to put a link on here, and I'll add that in there, is that you'll notice that they are now taking the new test for the science and technology test is the PSAT for 8th and 9th grade. And there's so many wonderful, if you go to collegeboard.com, actually I'll do that quick little search for you right now, you will see there's some great collegeboard.com. You'll see that there's some really great information right here at your fingertips. Do a very quick search, or you can actually do PSAT, and it gets you right connected very quickly with the information that you need for the PSAT, as well as test prep materials. And one of the things, we're very confident because the SSAT and the PSAT have a lot of similarities, so we feel that the students will really be very strongly prepared for it. But there's even, you can go to Khan Academy, but part of what we're preparing them for the SSAT will help prepare them for the PSAT. And you can even kind of delve into it, get more information about inside the test. There's a lot of wonderful resources that are there. So I'll provide a link for it right here. You know, this is a reading test, a writing, the math, and those are all the same components as the SSAT. So our students are really going to be prepared for that as well. And so that included the recommendation test plan. Then going back to Plus Portal, we also have in here in Plus Portal, what we always want to do is make sure we're providing you with the brag sheet that is very, very helpful to us. Kind of, you know, as we're preparing to get your child ready, we would like for you to complete a brag sheet. You know all the great things about your child, so the more information you can share and feed with us, the greater that would be. So that's right there. It's a Word document. You can fill it out and complete it and get it back to us in a timely manner. The other component that's on here is we have in here is a missions deadline information sheet. So we want to make sure we are meeting every deadline, and with a number of students, we need to do it in a timely manner. So we ask for 3-week turnaround in order to complete that, particularly the recommendations. We can't really write a quality recommendation if we're getting that information a week or so in advance. So to write a quality recommendation, we really need that 2-week turnaround. As, for example, Miss Jennifer, or Miss Smith, I apologize, Miss Zalea, Miss York, typically they want the math and the English teacher and one from the school counselor. We really are writing a recommendation for 22 students. And so write a quality one. If we have that 3-week turnaround, we can budget our time accordingly to make sure we're spending the time to diligently write that recommendation. And so that's kind of what we is very, very helpful. And then the last thing is we just have a really great helpful handout with an admissions checklist that's there for you, as well as for your child, an admissions checklist that's right there. And it kind of goes over what you need to do when. It's a really little great handout that has that information. So once again, all of this information is in Plus Portal. The last little thing that's here in Plus Portal for you is the calendar. All of these dates, many of the open houses have been uploaded to Plus Portal and are available through your senior seminar class. So you'll see they have been here. So all the upcoming dates for all the open houses I spent time and put that there, as well as some of the upcoming dates and deadlines for, like the deadline to apply for with that, the tuition assistance for Catholic schools. Much of that information is there. And on that note, actually, you want to make sure the application is open up for the Catholic schools. So you want to begin working on this application because there's a great scholarship called the Fitzgerald Program, and it's open for Catholic and non-Catholic students. The deadline is Friday, December the 2nd, so you want to get working on that very quickly. So I hope this information is helpful. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email school counselor at Reid, REID, Temple Academy, or Nham at Reid, REID, Temple Academy.com. Have a wonderful and blessed